How's it going, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. So before I get this video started, I just wanted to apologize for the delay in uploads over the last couple weeks, even the past month or two. The weather's just been really cold and snowy, and it's been hard for us to come up with content, especially because we don't have a shop to work in, and we really don't want to be throwing mods on our vehicles, you know, outside in the cold weather. It's just not a fun working environment. But other than that, hopefully we'll get videos uploaded more frequently now that the weather's getting nicer. Spring's right around the corner. I think today it's even 60 degrees, so it's really nice out. But I just got home from work and we got a small issue we got to fix on the Dakota that I've been putting off for a while now. But in this video, we're going to get it taken care of. So let me show you guys what's going on. So if we hop over here to the passenger side and open the door, you'll see that I already have the inner door panel off, which means it's one of a couple things. So if we pull this back, you'll see I already have the linkages taken off for the door handle and even the door lock. And that's actually the problem of what's going on here that we're going to fix today. So this truck does have electric locks, and the passenger side door lock actuator, like the motor itself, is actually going bad. It started making like a really high-pitched squealing noise. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here in a minute. And it was actually getting really annoying, and I just wanted to get it taken care of. So I wish I filmed the removal of the door panel, but I'll show you guys how it goes back on. It's a pretty simple process, not too hard to take off. But let's grab some tools and get this door lock actuator out. So the first thing you guys are going to want to do is unplug this wire connection that's on the face of the inside of the door panel. And then this plug actually goes to the door lock actuator itself, which is inside of here. And in order to get that out, it's real easy. There's just 3 star screws right here. And then you're also going to have to take off the bottom of the window track just to pop it out of place, which is held on by this 10 millimeter bolt right here. So those 4 things got to come off, and then we'll be able to pull that right out. And I forgot, you also need to remove this one right here to release the inner window track. Got the door lock actuator motor out off of the inside of the door, and I replugged back in the power wire to it so I can show you guys what noise it was making. And I'll do that by hitting my key fob here. 3, 2, 1. Unlock. Lock. You guys couldn't tell, that would get really annoying after a while, and half the time it scared me because once you accelerate up to 15 miles an hour, the doors automatically lock. And when it first started happening, it would always scare me until I just eventually got used to it. But no more. I'm ready to stop hearing that every time I drive. I had it unplugged, so I actually wasn't hearing it just because I got so sick of the noise. But now that the new one's in, I'm going to yank this old one out and throw the new one in. So let's see how they compare. Hopefully it works, fingers crossed. So I got the old one out, and we're going to open up the package for the new one, and hopefully it works and is a exact replacement. Looks to be pretty exact, so that's good. Flip them over. Well, I bet that's going to be one big difference, though. Of course, the original, made in USA. The old one, no idea. Can only hope that it's made here. But I'm going to take this new one here and hook it up to the power line, and hopefully it doesn't make any noises. Well, that's not good. Yeah, it might not make a squeaky noise, but it sets the alarm off. Well, it seems to be working now, hopefully. Just wasn't expecting it to set the alarm off. Seems to be working pretty good. So hopefully it doesn't set off the alarm again. I just think that that was an initial test thing just because it's not used to the electronics that were in the door lock. I could be wrong. If you guys know why that happened, leave it down in the comments below. But I'm gonna get this installed and, you know, just wrap up the whole door. Pretty excited, so let's get to work. So this is just a quick rundown for where all the linkages go. This little orange one is for the outer door lock that you use with the key. This red one on the left is for the outer door handle. This white one right here is for the inner door lock that's on the post that goes up and down when you lock the door. And then this red one is for the inner door handle, in case any of you were curious. So also guys, just a tip, if you are installing one of these door lock actuators yourself, there's a tensioner screw right here. You can see it through this view hole, but it's easier to show you on the old one that I took out, that if you loosen this, you're able to slide this, and this is for the outer door handle, because when I first put it in, I didn't notice that was a thing, and I wasn't able to open my door from the outside until I tightened that after the linkage was installed. That way, you know, it was able to position the linkage in the right spot with the door handle, you know, shut, closed, and there was enough tension on the handle when you pull it to actually open the door. And also, you know, once everything's installed, final, all tightened down, you might have to, you know, loosen these back up. You got a little bit of adjustment here, but you also might have to adjust your door latch where it actually latches onto. This might need to be moved up or down or out or in, depending on if it's, you know, off a bit or not. As you guys can see, shuts good, opens good, we're all set. So now the next step is to pull this back over, the inner door insulation, whatever you want to call it, and throw the door panel back on. So the first step to reinstalling the door panel, obviously have the lock sticking out of the hole in the door panel, reattach the linkage to the inner door handle, pop through the wires for the, you know, door lock and windows. And on the back of the door panel, I don't know if you guys saw or not, there's like little hooks that go down inside holes that's actually on the door, and once they drop in, the door panel will actually just sit right down into place and it just falls right in. So now that the door panel's on, the last step is to just throw back in the switch right here, plug that back in, get it popped into place, and then just throw on the screws that hold the door panel to the door. So the last step is to just throw the screws on the door panel that secures it to the door. It's the final step. You got one right here, which should be the hex screw. You guys can see it right here. There's one behind the door handle, which I'm missing. It goes in that hole right there, but that one's not too big of a deal. You got an upper one here, and then you got two at the bottom, one here and one right here. So we're gonna get those thrown on, and then that's all there is to it. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Not that exciting of a video, but I just wanted to put out some content for you guys since, you know, we haven't been uploading recently, but I promise more exciting videos are on the way. We got some very cool, exciting mods coming for the trucks, especially the Cummins. My brother got some pretty nice gifts, so we'll be sure to film those. Not sure when he plans on working on them, but we'll definitely update you whenever he does. And be sure to go follow our Instagram at ChemCrew. Leave the handle down below and in the description. Post occasionally to there so you guys can stay up to date on what we're doing with the trucks and all the vehicle builds. But I just wanted to thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that. And as usual, always accelerate and don't look back. Catch you on the next one.